The nighttime mistake. You don't know you're making until it's too late. Every night, thousands of seniors go to bed, never to wake up. And it's often because of one simple mistake. Did you ever hear about that gentleman from Kent, Mr. Hughes, who quietly passed away in his sleep? Lovely man, 73 years old, fit for his age, walked his dog twice a day, didn't smoke, barely drank. And yet one chilly October morning, his wife couldn't wake him. No warning, no illness, just gone. It shocked the village. But when the doctor quietly explained what had likely happened, it sent a shiver down everyone's spine. Because it wasn't a heart attack or stroke in the traditional sense. It was a tiny bedtime mistake. A mistake almost all of us have made at some point. And that's what we need to talk about today. Doctors are speaking more freely now, no longer whispering behind clinic doors about the hidden bedtime habits that quietly steal lives in the night. And while that sounds dramatic, the numbers back it up. A third of unexpected deaths among older adults happen during sleep. Peaceful, yes, but often preventable. So tonight, we're going to walk through the habits that turn bedtime into a gamble. And more importantly, how to change them without flipping your life upside down. Now let me ask you, what's your nighttime routine really like? Not the one you'd like to have, but the real one. Do you climb into bed at the same time each night, lights off, telly off, maybe read a book? Or do you sometimes find yourself drifting off in front of the television, remote in hand, wearing your glasses and forgetting to take your blood pressure meds until you're already half asleep? Be honest with yourself. It matters more than you think. Let's begin with something most people never question: the way you sleep. Not how long, not whether you snore, but your actual position. You might be surprised to hear this, but sleeping flat on your back, especially if your chin tips slightly upward on a thick pillow, can subtly narrow the airway. It might not bother you when you're 40, but by the time you're past 60, your muscle tone has changed and your breathing may not be as reliable. It's not about snoring, it's about airflow. For those with undiagnosed sleep apnea, this position can cause oxygen levels to drop without you ever waking up. It's quiet, it's unnoticed, and sometimes it's final. Doctors now suggest sleeping on your left side if possible. It encourages better circulation and keeps your airway more naturally open. Pop a pillow between your knees to align your hips and one behind your back to stop yourself from rolling over. Yes, it might feel odd at first, but your body will thank you, and so might your heart. Speaking of the heart, let's talk about something deceptively innocent: dehydration. We usually think of it as a daytime issue, forgetting to drink during a walk or on a hot day. But nighttime dehydration can be far more dangerous than most people realize. When you go to bed slightly dehydrated, your blood thickens. Your heart, already working a little harder as we age, must push this sluggish blood through your system while you're asleep. That's a silent strain most of us never feel, but for some, it's enough to trigger a stroke or a nighttime cardiac event. Now I know what you're thinking, but if I drink water at night, I'll be up every hour going to the loo. And that's fair, but the fix isn't to gulp down half a liter before bed. It's to hydrate gently and early. A small glass of water, about half an hour before you lie down, is often enough. If you tend to cramp or sweat at night, add a tiny pinch of salt or use electrolyte water. You're not fueling a marathon. You're simply helping your body keep its balance while it rests. Now here's a topic that gets overlooked far too often: the timing of your medication. I've lost count of how many people just follow the label, take at night. But no one ever stops to ask, why at night? And is it still the right time for me? As we age, the way our bodies absorb and respond to medication changes. Blood pressure tablets taken at bedtime might drop your numbers too low during sleep. Diuretics, those pills that make you wee, can disturb your rest or even cause a sudden drop in blood volume. In rare cases, people have fainted or had a cardiac episode because their pressure dipped too far while they were in deep sleep. This isn't something to experiment with on your own, but it is something to talk about with your GP or pharmacist. You'd be surprised how many medications can be adjusted, split, or taken earlier in the day for better results. Your routine should work with your body, not against it. Next, let's talk about the room you sleep in. We've been told for years that a cool, dark, and quiet room is best. And that's mostly true. But too cold? That's another story. Studies have shown that when your room drops below 16 degrees Celsius, your body has to work harder to stay warm, even while asleep. That increases heart rate and blood pressure. For older adults whose systems are already a bit more fragile, this added strain can be harmful. So what's the solution? Keep your room comfortable, not icy. Somewhere between 17 and 19 degrees tends to be ideal. Use layered bedding instead of one heavy duvet. This way, you can adjust as needed without overheating or chilling suddenly in the night. If you live alone, or you're worried about sudden health issues while sleeping, consider a basic sleep monitor or white noise machine. Some even alert you if your breathing becomes irregular. Technology doesn't have to be intrusive. It can quietly watch over you, even when no one else can. Now, here's one that's deeply personal, and one we don't talk about enough: your emotions before bed. I want you to think about the last few nights. Did you go to bed at peace or with a lump in your throat? Did you fall asleep smiling or stewing over a worry you didn't speak aloud? You'd be surprised how often people drift off with stress still bubbling just beneath the surface. And it doesn't just fade away overnight, it changes your breathing, your heartbeat, your blood pressure. Cortisol, the stress hormone, stays active in your system even while you sleep. And in some cases, it can trigger events that never let you wake up. If there's one thing I hope you take from this video, it's that your peace of mind is not a luxury. It's part of your health. Build a little ritual to let the stress go. Switch off the telly an hour before bed. Play a bit of soft music, maybe something from your youth that brings back warm memories. Try deep breathing, 5 slow breaths, in and out through the belly. And if your thoughts won't stop racing, write them down. A small notepad next to the bed is a powerful thing. Offload the worry onto the page. Let it sit there overnight so your mind can rest. Now, I'd love to know something. Where are you watching this from tonight? Are you in a quiet village in Yorkshire, or perhaps somewhere busier, like Bristol or Glasgow? Leave a comment below and let me know. I love hearing where you're tuning in from. It reminds me how many of us are sharing these little lessons across the country. You see, these bedtime mistakes don't make headlines. No one puts "slept too cold" or "forgot to hydrate" in the obituary. But these small habits, these unnoticed choices, matter more than we know. That's the hard truth doctors are finally starting to share. That a good night's sleep isn't just about comfort, it's about survival, especially as we get older. So tonight, take just one of these ideas and put it into practice. Whether it's adjusting your pillow, sipping a little water, or writing down your worries, let it be your quiet act of care, not just for yourself, but for those who love you. They want you here tomorrow, so do I. And if this helped you, if even one part made you think differently about your bedtime, please do give it a like. It tells me I'm on the right track. And if you have a brother, sister, friend, or neighbor who's past 60, send this their way. You might just save them without even knowing it. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like more stories like this. Lessons that keep you safe, help you live well, and remind you that growing older doesn't mean growing powerless. Quite the opposite. Sleep well tonight. You've earned it. So, as we come to the end of this conversation, I want to leave you with something that truly matters, something beyond doctors and diagnoses. This may sound silly, but try and remember to use your emotions. It's not good for your body or your mind to hold everything in. If you're happy, be happy. Smile, laugh, share that joy. And if you're sad, don't bury it. Talk to someone. Cry if you need to. Let it out. That's not a weakness. That's being human. And above all, be grateful for the life that you have. Because growing older is a luxury not everyone gets. Every wrinkle, every gray hair, every year, that's a sign that you're still here, still learning, still living. So take care of your health, protect your peace, and surround yourself with people who truly listen. You are worthy of care, worthy of love, and worthy of a doctor who sees you, not just your chart. Until next time, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and never forget, you matter more than you know. Take care, and goodbye for now.